all of you at home. So this last week, we learned in class some signs for family and also some pronouns. So I'm going to share those with you and you can learn them. Also, at the end of the video today, I have something to share with you in a picture, or actually you'll see it. It's kind of exciting in our family. Some big news. So first of all, we have father. And I'm going to share with you that a lot of our signs that have to do with a man happen above, like my cheekbones and up, and a lot of the signs that have to do with a woman happen down here. All right, so that's kind of a hint, I guess, as to where we're going. But so we have father, and your hand is open right here on your forehead. Father, and then a man is, well, first of all, boy. You come straight out like the baseball cap that they would wear, so boy. But a man then is a boy. That's kind of fancy. This is a sign for fancy. You don't actually wiggle your fingers, but it's a man. Okay, so father, and then boy, and then man. We have a son. It's a boy. That's a baby. I have to lift my hands up a little bit so you can see my son, or you could do a boy that's a child. All right, and you pat them on the head and you come up into the letter D. So this could be my son, all right, if he's older. And then we have brother. It's a boy that's in the same family. This is a sign for same. You'll also see some people do brother. It's almost like this is a sign for right or correct. So brother or brother. I want to teach you both ways just so you can be familiar with it. Husband is a man that's married. Husband. Grandpa is a dad, but he's one bigger or one better, right? Grandpa. And the more you go out, it becomes greats, all right? So you just would count those numbers. All right, so on to the women's signs. We have mom or mother, and then we have the grandma, right? Anytime bigger than that is a great. So we have mother. A woman is, well, first of all, this is a sign for girl, all right? Because when you think of the way that a girl has a bonnet and it ties down here, this is a sign for girl, right? So woman is a girl. That's fancy. Again, you do not wave the fingers. I'm just helping you to kind of make those connections, but a woman. Then we have daughter is a girl. That's a bit, and I shouldn't have if I turned my video down, you could see a little bit better. You do a daughter, but you also could do daughter. All right, my girl, that's a child. Sister, based on what brother was. Remember, you do a girl, that's the same, or a like that, sister. So sister or sister. A wife, a girl that's married, wife. Then we have child, like I already taught you, is you just pat them on the head and you come up into the letter D. Or if you have children, you pat lots of them on the head. All right, you don't come up to a certain letter, you just children. And if you were going to sign grandchild or grandchildren, you would sign out the letter grand, or you would finger spell grand and then child, or grandchildren. Baby, rock them, or you just go like this. Again, my shoulders have to go up so high in order for it to get on the camera. You wouldn't look as awkward as I do. Family. I signed it at the beginning, but a family is the letter F, and you start right here and you go around. Family. It's the same as class, or group is the letter G that goes around, all right? Families, those kind of things are all in a circle. Family. Then we have friend. Okay, take your fingers and you make hooks, right? Your friend. All right, you just do it once, friend. Now, if it's a relative, you hope that your relatives are also your friends. This is the letter R, and you hook them, relative. Your parents, it's the letter P, okay? And you can either start up and go down for where the father and mother were, or you start at mother and you go up, all right? So parents or parent. Then when you're talking about your aunts or uncles or cousins or things like that, that happens out to the side. Again, it's where the masculine or feminine is. So aunt is an A down here by where that tie is for the bonnet. Aunt, and then uncle is the U up here. Cousin, if you're talking about your girl cousins, they're down here. Your boy cousins are up here. All right. Fiance or engaged. So if you're engaged, it's the letter E. Just like remember how married is like this. Engaged is an E and it goes on to where that finger would be. Engaged. All right. Fiance is the letter F and it goes on. Fiance. And that's the end of our family signs that we learned in class. But then we moved on to our pronouns. So, and I want to share with you quickly, the ones that I'm going to share with you are more specific to like signed exact English. In ASL, a lot of times when you're talking about the pronouns and things like that, again, I'm not an ASL person in the sense that I'm no expert on it. However, from what I have learned and from what I do know, a lot of the pronouns you would simply point, and which makes it much easier. All right. So if you're talking about him over there, you point, or her, you point. Same with it, it's, they, them. A lot of times you were pointing. And sometimes if you're talking about multiples, you might even do, if you're talking about like the three of us going somewhere, it's just the three, you use the number 3 and you point out who those 3 are. All right. That simplifies it in ASL. Again, you might want to talk to somebody who's an actual expert on that. However, in signed exact, there are specific signs for each of the pronouns, which as a hearing person, it's easier to learn, I think, or understand. But so I is the letter I, and you point to yourself, or sometimes you'll even see it like this. So I, me, you point finger. All right, so there's a difference. In ASL, it's all just like this, I or me. But in signed exact, you'll see the letter I or you'll see me. My or mine, you kind of take full ownership. Now you is you point to that person, or your full ownership is the open hand, right? And then we do myself is a my and thumbs up, myself. Or yourself would be yourself, right? We or us or they or them. It starts at your shoulder and it goes around and you think of the first letter for that word. All right, so we is the letter W and it encompasses all of us. We. Us is the letter U and again comes out. ASL, again, it's just you're going to point out or you're going to use that number sign to kind of include however many you're talking about. Our is an open hand. It looks like kind of half of the O, our. Now, again, if you were to change it into ourself, it's our self, the thumbs up, right? Who? You're kind of asking that question, who? He is the letter E, and it's up by the boy signs, all right? He or his is the S, comes out. Again, ASL, you're just pointing his or he. She is the letter E coming down, she, or maybe it's the S. I need to ask my mother. I'll let you all know. I can't remember from a little girl if it was the E for she or if it was the S. I guess I never really thought about that. She, her is the R coming down, her. And again, if you want to change these into possessive, you would kind of do hers and you would kind of spin that S, all right? It is the letter I and you point at it. Now, if you're saying this, you're pointing to it right here, this. And then that is an open letter. It looks like a Y, and I don't know why that is. That. These, you're pointing to the individual fingers, these. And then those are the ones out here, those, right? This, it, and then that. These you point, and those go around, all right? I believe that sums it up for the week. Again, I told you I was going to have something exciting to show to you at home of what we have in our house now. I'll sign it and then I'll show a picture and see if you can, if you know or if you can guess what it is. So, with only signs. So last night we had kittens that were born. We have 4 of them, and they're so cute. And 3 are black, and 1 is black and white. And I'll show you pictures. And if you want one, let me know. Love you, and I'll see you next week. See, here are the kittens. Here is one of the little black and white ones. And here is one of the black ones. We'll give you updates each week. Love you. Bye-bye.